knowing how to walk alone. Many think that this is a choice. They think it's a decision you make, something noble, even romantic. But that's nonsense. From those who never had to make this walk, from those who never looked around and saw the emptiness. Because when you really learn to walk alone, it's not a choice. It's what's left. It's what remains when you lose everything and realize that there is no one for you. When you realize that any attempt to trust, to expect anything from someone, is a trap. This isn't pride, it's survival. I'm not here to feed illusions, much less to seek comfort. There is no comfort. Walking alone is learning, step by step, that you are the only thing that matters, the only thing you can rely on. And it's not beautiful. It's a fight, but it's a fight where only the strong continue. After everything I've been through, the illusions people call friendship, trust, family, all of that is behind me. Each one of those things turned out to be a lie when I needed them. Friends, they vanished. Family, destroyed. The system didn't care. That's when you realize that the world won't offer you anything. And at that moment, you either break or you accept. I accepted. I accepted solitude as the price for not losing myself. The pain it brings, it's just a reminder. Each step alone strengthens me, gives me total control of who I am and what I'll do next, with no one to slow me down, no one to falter when it can't be. Those who walk alone know every scar, every limit, and every weakness, not because they are stronger than others, but because they had to become that. They had to learn that trust, dependence are just ways to weaken yourself. When you expect nothing from anyone, no one can hurt you. That's how you become what they fear, what they don't understand. It's not bitterness, it's clarity. It's absolute focus, the kind of thing that only arises from pain. Only those who've had everything taken can understand that solitude is the only companion that never abandons you, never fails. With every step I take alone, I leave behind what was left of weakness. The humanity I had was shattered the moment I lost everything. The world does everything to remind you that you need it, that you need the people around you, that you need to be part of something. Lies. The world wants you weak. It wants you to depend on it, to bend you, to make you a puppet. I cut those strings. I won't bend to anyone because I already know what it means to walk alone. It's no longer a choice. It's who I am. I don't need allies. I don't need justifications. I don't need apologies. The world is cruel, and the only way to walk through it is to be more relentless than it. You start walking alone, and the pain stops being your enemy. It becomes your guide. Every time fear haunts you, you learn to laugh. You learn to ignore any weakness, any thought that doesn't strengthen you. All that matters is the next step, the next battle, and you keep going, alone, until the end, because it's not strength, it's survival. A weapon doesn't hesitate, doesn't think twice, and in the end, that's what I became. Those who walk alone know they will never go back. They know they've crossed a line, and there is no one waiting on the other side. And it's this certainty that gives strength, that gives freedom the others will never have. I'm not seeking redemption. I'm not seeking understanding. This path is made of steel, of blood, of impenetrable solitude. There is no light at the end, and I'm fine with that. I've seen enough. Peace, happiness, justice. Those are words that only serve to distract. While the world seeks comfort, I'm here to bring discomfort, to be the end of the line. Every step I take alone is a statement that I don't need anyone else. Because once you've lost everything, you fear nothing. I became what they call when the situation gets out of control, when no one wants to dirty their hands. And I accept that role. I walk alone because it is the only way to walk without being dragged down, without being weakened by empty promises, by hopes that have no place. Because when you walk alone, you free yourself from everything, and freedom is all I have left. Freedom, it has a price. It's not something they hand you or that you find around. True freedom, the kind that makes you the master of every decision, every second of your existence. It comes from the void. It comes from the silence only the man alone knows. It's the silence that screams when pain tightens, and what drives you is the absence of anything that isn't yourself. That price, not everyone can pay it, because it strips away any trace of compassion, of warmth, of hope you might still carry. Freedom isn't comfort, it's the brutality of facing who you are, and realizing the only thing between you and the world is your own desire to keep going. People cling to illusions, illusions of love, of friendship, of recognition. It's as if they're a fragile shield against the reality that insists on imposing itself. I left those illusions behind. I left them because I understood that reality doesn't give you second chances. It doesn't embrace you. It crushes you, and if you're not prepared, if you haven't accepted the weight of solitude, you break. That's why I learned to be the wall I needed. A wall that doesn't bat, that isn't fooled by empty promises. Because illusions are weakness, and weakness is something I can't allow myself anymore. For many, this seems like a nightmare. The idea of walking alone, with no one, no support, is unbearable, but it's because they never had to face the truth that the world won't save you, that no one will extend a hand when the ground disappears beneath your feet. I faced that truth. I accepted that my path is mine alone, and that every step I take is a reminder that I owe nothing to anyone. My only debt is to myself. Every battle I face, every fight, is just another step on this path I chose. Or that chose me, maybe. It doesn't matter. I accept the consequences. I accept the price. Because what I carry with me is stronger than any chain. It's the freedom of knowing I don't depend on anyone. And with that freedom, I have nothing to fear. I don't have to ask for permission, to wait for understanding. I am the end of the line, the final decision, the weight of justice. I walk alone, and that's all I need. Whoever has lost everything fears nothing anymore. I walk alone because I've already seen the worst the world can do. I've lived betrayal, the emptiness, and now this emptiness is what moves me. It's my fuel, my purpose. Because when you lose everything, you become everything.